guys, it has been a minute. I am finally finding time to sit down, and I figured I would do like a chatty get ready with me and fill you guys in on everything that's been going on, because if you guys follow me on social media, you probably saw that on April 10th, I gave birth to my little baby, and it's just been such an amazing couple of weeks and exhausting couple of weeks, but it feels good to be back sitting and filming for you guys. So today is Thursday. He will be 4 weeks on Saturday, which is nuts. It really went quick. The first week, I think, was the longest. Just trying to like get the hang of everything and get into the groove, and I can honestly say now I'm like so much more confident, and yeah, I feel like I got the hang of everything. But in the beginning, it's like everything you're doing is so scary because like you're in charge of this new life. So I'm gonna get ready and talk to you guys at the same time. So this is like my first time I'm wearing makeup. I did have a newborn photo shoot with him where I put some makeup on, but I'm so excited to like sit down and do my makeup. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this Embryolose cream. So where to begin? I know a lot of people wanted to hear like my birth story and all of that. So I did vlog a little bit. They didn't let us film like while I was actually giving birth, which I wasn't planning on posting that anyway. But I just wanted it like to have, which I thought was so weird because I know people film them all the time, but where I was, they didn't let me. But luckily, like 3 minutes before he actually came out, Anthony like put his cell phone on so you can hear like his first cry and all of that. So I'm so happy he did that. Like I didn't even know he did that until after. As much as I remember it, I just, you know, it's nice to have like that memory. So I'm gonna use the HIIIII 320, I think, but we'll see, it might be too dark. I'll do a little 320, maybe like a pump of 310. That should be good. So for those of you guys that don't know, my baby's name is Lorenzo Steven, after my dad. And when we were thinking of names, that was like the hardest part. I always had girl names picked out, but boy names were hard. So we knew it pretty early on. I just thought it was like such a cute name. So we call him RENZ. I call him a million different things, and I'm sure it'll change a million more times. But yeah, baby RENZ, baby RENZ. My skin feels a little dry, so I'm just gonna put a little Morphe mist. Oh, feels so good. My water broke 9 days, no, I guess 8 days, because after midnight, it counts as the next day, but so like 8 days before my due date. So I luckily had everything packed, like my hospital bag. I know I never got to do like what's in my hospital bag video, but now that I actually like went through it, let me know. I can tell you guys like what I packed that I didn't need and like what I needed, which wasn't very much because they do provide you with a lot, which is awesome. So it was Friday the 9th. I was just like really struggling that the last like 2 weeks. It was just like super uncomfortable for me. So it's funny because everyone was predicting that I was gonna go the weekend that I did, and I was convinced I was gonna go late. I was like, there's no way. But I was like Googling like ways to like induce yourself into labor, and you know, in LA they have like this salad and this pizza and all that, and I was like, there's nothing around here like that. So like they say pineapple, so I was eating pineapple like that whole week non-stop, and I was walking a lot. I was taking Benjamin to the park, and I was walking like a couple miles like almost every day, not every day, but almost every day. So Thursday, I had all my cats groomed and the dog. I had the house cleaned. I got my lashes done. So that was Thursday, which was ironic. And then Friday, like I said, I was like in bed most of the day. I wasn't feeling good. I had like a bad stomach ache, or what I thought was a stomach ache. I ended up taking a bath, and I was just like relaxing for the whole day, which I guess they say like when you're super relaxed, that's when it happens. But what happened was we got into bed. I had like a really bad gas pain, and I looked at him and I was like, I don't know, it feels different. But like in my own head, I was like, I'm just being dramatic. Like, I don't think it's really anything, but I still said it out loud. So he fell asleep, and then I was laying and I had another like shooting pain. So I went to the bathroom, and when I stopped peeing, I still felt something coming out. So I was like, oh my God. So I look and like my pee, sorry, I'm gonna get into detail. So my pee was like really cloudy and there was like a little like hint of pink in there. I was like, oh my God, did my water just break? So I stood up and it still kept coming out of me. I was like, holy shit. So I woke him up. I was like, I think my water just broke. Let's go to the hospital. So we had our bags and we went right to the hospital. I'm gonna blend this in and then I'll keep talking. Okay, and then I'm just gonna set. It's so weird, it feels like so foreign doing this. So we got to the hospital around, I'd say like 1:30. I delivered at Jersey Shore in Neptune. So I forgot to mention, I had to put like a towel in my sweatpants when we left. So we got there and I'm walking in with these like huge sweatpants, like a washcloth towel, size towel in my pants. And we go in through the emergency section and I told them my water broke, so they sent me in. And before they gave us like a room, they had someone check me to make sure that it was my water that broke, and also to see like how far I was dilated. So they brought me back and I was 2 centimeters dilated at this point, and my water did break. So they were getting a room ready for me upstairs. So that previous appointment, so I went in on Monday for my 38-week appointment, and he said that I was 1 centimeter dilated. So he was like, it could be days or it could be weeks. So that was like exciting and nerve-wracking because I knew it could happen like any day now. So when I got there on Friday night, I was 2 centimeters dilated. So a nurse came in and she asked me like what my plan was and all that, and if I wanted an epidural, and I told her absolutely. So once my water broke at home, I realized that the pain that I was feeling were contractions, not gas pains like I originally thought. And it's funny because I was having what I thought were Braxton Hicks for like a couple of days prior to that. So I'm wondering if it was real contractions or if it was just the Braxton Hicks. But regardless, once my water broke and like on the way to the hospital, I was starting to get contractions like really bad, and it was super painful. So by the time they like checked me in, I was like pretty much crying in pain because it's like really hard to describe. A lot of people say like period cramps, but I don't even know. Like it didn't feel like period cramps to me. It was different. So when I got into my room, they hooked up something to my belly to monitor the baby's heartbeat and then also monitor my contractions. And then they called in for an epidural for me. So I was like, I just didn't want to do it too early because I didn't want it to like run out by the time that I had to give birth. So how they do it there is they give it to you like with a button, so like in a bag, so like it doesn't run out, which is amazing because I've heard so many horror stories. I heard so many horror stories going into this, including my sister's, like her epidural didn't work, which is so crazy. So, it's so nerve-wracking going into something that you've never experienced before. So the guy came in probably around like 4, I'm guessing like 4 or 5 a.m. to do the epidural. And at that point I was like hysterically crying. The epidural did hurt going in, but they kept saying once it's in, you're gonna have relief. So once the epidural was in, life was good. So they were saying how the anesthesiologist was like one of the best in the hospital, and oh, he's gonna do a great job, blah, blah, blah. So I was like very optimistic, and thank God it worked, and it just made everything numb from like my stomach down. So I didn't even feel my contractions at that point. Like I saw on the monitor when I was having them, but I didn't feel it. So my mom was up, she was FaceTiming me, like checking in, seeing what was happening, and I ended up taking a nap. That's how much it was amazing. So I slept probably a couple hours, and by the time I woke up at 9, I think around like 8 a.m., I called my mom and she's like, I've been up all night. You took a nap? Like, how did you nap when I was up freaking out all night? So I was able to get some sleep. Both of us were able to get some sleep, which was nice. And then when they came in at 9, sorry, it's hard to like tell a story and do my makeup at the same time. I'm gonna snap too after my eyebrows are done. So when they came in around 9, they checked me again and I was 6 centimeters. So it was really just like a waiting game at that point. So, we called family, kept them updated on everything. And then I think it was like 12 o'clock rolled around and no one had come in, and I was like, all right, like what is going on? Someone needs to, you know, fill me in on what's happening and like check to see like how dilated I am. And it just felt, I had like this pressure, like it feels like you have to go to the bathroom. So I pressed the button for the nurse to come in, and I asked, I was like, can someone check me? Like it's been a while since anyone's checked me and I just wanna like see what's going on. So they checked me, and at 12, I was 10 centimeters dilated. They're like, you probably don't need to go to the bathroom, but we see his head, so we're gonna start this process. So I was like, oh my God. So my doctor that I was going to, he wasn't working that day. So it was a different doctor. So she had come in and kind of just gave me like the rundown of like what was gonna happen. And well, the nurses came in and everyone came in and like started setting up the room, which was like so crazy. At this point, I was like shaking like this, like uncontrollably, because it was just so nerve-wracking. They set everything up, started pushing. I'm gonna use this little mini soft glam palette. So what I didn't realize is you have to hold your own legs up as you're pushing the baby out. It was like a lot of things I had to remember to do each time like a contraction would come. So you only can push when you're having contractions. And I had to wear my mask on top of everything, which is crazy. But each time a contraction would come, I'd have to like lift up my own, like I was laying down flat, but I had to lift up my legs like all the way up as high as I can, lean forward, head, neck up, elbows down, and hold my breath in the same time and push. So there was a lot of things to remember. So each time I had the nurses and Anthony all like screaming like what I had to do. So it was like, it was intense. I pushed for like an hour and a half, and he was born at 1:26 p.m. 19 inches, 7 pounds, 3 ounces. And it was like the most surreal moment ever. Like when they handed him to me, it was just, I just remember bawling my eyes out. And yeah, so that's the story. So really, overall, my birth was like so nice. Like I always hear all these crazy stories, and I want to say that like my experience was overall like pretty amazing. So for anyone that's pregnant or wants to get pregnant or is giving birth soon, like there's hope that it can go smoothly. Obviously the epidural was a huge help. That I knew going into it that I wanted. So yeah, I really can say overall it was awesome. The one thing that I will say though was afterwards they give you Pitocin, I guess, to like shrink your uterus back to its normal size, and you have contractions. So you have contractions after you had just given birth. So that was the most painful part, was like all the contractions after, because not only is like everything killing you down there, then you're getting contractions on top of it, and the epidural wore off at that point. So I was definitely in a lot of pain the first night. So that they don't tell you about. I feel like there's so many things that like no one tells you about, and I don't get why. So that was painful, but I mean, you have your baby in your arms, so it's just like, you know what I mean? So it's definitely a good distraction, but they give you everything that you need in the hospital. I had bought like that Frida hospital kit, which is definitely great. I used as soon as I got home, but they give you like these like disposable underwear with these huge pads and these ice packs and witch hazel spray and all kinds of crazy stuff. You still bleed for like weeks and weeks after. So that's also something that I didn't know. Within a couple of days, the pain was definitely manageable. So we stayed one night or 2 nights? No, we just stayed one night. We left 24 hours after I gave birth. They gave us the option to stay another night, but we just kind of wanted to be home. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of little orange soda, put that above the incense color. I'm not doing anything crazy. I think that's like pretty much all I'm gonna do for the eyes. I'm gonna do a little bit of mulberry, just on the outer. So yeah, April 10th, hands down the best day of my life. It's still so surreal. Like, even like right before he was born, I was like, is this real? Like, am I really about to have a baby? Like, it was so surreal, and it still is. Like, I just stare at him all day long. He's just a dream. I barely have left my house in the past 4 weeks. So the nursery's upstairs, and obviously he's staying with me downstairs in the room. So I moved the rocker from up here to downstairs, which has been so much easier because I'm breastfeeding, and it's like at this point he's like cluster feeding. So I'm feeding him basically every single hour. So that's really all my life consists of is diapers, breastfeeding. Ooh, I do make sure I get my shower every day. I look forward to taking a shower every day. But everyone's been here. That's been a huge help with everything, so. The gold from my Carli Bybel palette. And I'm gonna take this brown shimmer for my under eye. It's so crazy because you guys know I have so many pets, which I'm so in love with, but like the love that I instantly have for this little tiny human is just like indescribable. Like right now I miss him. Like I'm trying to like speed up this process because I just want to go hold him. It's just such a dream come true, and like no words could even describe like the experience. I know I was kind of telling the story as I'm getting ready and kind of sidetracked, but like it's just amazing, and I am so honored to be his mommy and that he chose me to be his mommy. And it's so cool because I'm gonna be celebrating my first Mother's Day this weekend. So it's just a blessing. And you guys know, as some of you know, my sister just had a baby in December, so they're gonna be best friends. Okay, I'm gonna do KKW 2.5. It's like falling apart. So I'm gonna put a little mascara on the lashes because they got light from the foundation. I'm gonna use Libra lipstick, and make sure to check my Instagram next week because I have a very exciting announcement. Something is coming very soon, like within the next 2 weeks. Wipe away the powder. Hi, Benjamin. Hi, Ben. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and give you a quick birth story while I got ready. It's been a while. It feels good to have makeup on. I blow dried my hair earlier, so I'm probably just gonna like go over it a little bit with the straightener. All right. Whew. And she's ready. And that's about it. So I'm gonna go get the baby if he's not sleeping so you guys can meet him really quick. But it feels so good to be back. It's a full-time job being a mom. I just want to give a huge shout out to all the moms out there. You guys are incredible. You do not get enough credit for all that you do, and I hope every mother has an amazing Mother's Day, and make sure to celebrate all the mothers out there. We go through a lot giving birth to you children. now I can vouch for that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna show you guys the outfits when I'm done. Hopefully, if I can get him into the outfit I'm gonna put him in. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I will be back next week with a huge announcement video, so stay tuned. I'm so excited. It's something I've been working on for like 1.5 years now, maybe even longer, like 2 years now, and I'm so excited for you guys to see it. So I love you, and I will see you guys next time.
But it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed.